Welcome to a new video on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. There is breaking news. This morning, we all woke up to the reports that Andrew Russell will be retiring from the Carlton Football Club at the end of the season. So, filming this at about 12:30 p.m. I was actually at the MCG when the news broke, and I guess since the news has broken, there's been a number of different reactions. Let's be honest, this has been one of the more contentious topics at the club pretty much since he arrived. And I guess there's a decision that's been made. My first reaction was, why now? If I'm honest, there's 3 weeks to go. Why now? Because it was leaked by Mitch Cleary, that would suggest to me that it got out through various different sources. And I don't know, I thought initially it was a bit of a face-saving exercise. It just doesn't make sense that it would be announced now when there's 3 weeks to go, three of the most important games, if not the most important games for the 2024 season, given the position that we find ourselves in. Was there a conversation that's been going on behind closed doors the whole time? Definitely get taken back to earlier in the season, where we were told that there would be a specialist consultant to oversee what was happening with the high performance department. And so, look, first and foremost, just want to wish Andrew Russell all the best. Been in the game for a long, long time. Highly regarded, 26 years in the industry at the highest level. So he's obviously overseen a number of very successful programs, and whatever happens in his career, good luck to him. And this is also part of the brutality of where it's at. You're either going to continue on or you're not. Seeing Sam Docherty's reaction at the time of filming, there's been two, public statements made by players off their own bat via Instagram. So Sam Docherty said that some people are owed special thanks with all I've been through and the unknown of some of my recoveries. Jack's expertise, care, and time invested in me, I am extremely grateful for. In my opinion, nobody understands high performance better, and through consistent feedback, both challenging and supportive, have made me a better leader, athlete, and person. Sometimes I think we forget that there are people behind the roles in football that have real life impact on us as players. I'm lucky to have had Jack guide me through the past 6 years, and single-handedly has had one of the greatest influences on me as a person and player. Plenty to play out this year, but thanks for everything so far. Interesting. And then Patrick Cripps also made, a public statement on his Instagram story and said, a mentor, mate, and one of the best to ever do it in high performance. Had one of the biggest impacts in my career, both in footy and leadership. Well done on a great career, mate. Still one last chapter to go this year. GOAT emoji, Andrew Russell. So, to be honest, I think it's just a little bit of closure. I do have my concerns over the timing of this coming out, but more than anything, whatever, there are still 3 games to go. And I don't think this will have a negative impact on the group. Well, the reality is I don't know. It might. It might. Obviously, when you're at a club for so long, you build relationships. So I think that's real. There is also the reality that there's just a lot of soft tissue injuries that have happened, not just this year, but over the course of the years. So you balance that out with, is it the program? Is it the players? Are they injury prone? I mean, I reckon we've had soft tissue injuries to key players for a very long time. I reckon Jared Waite, back in those days, even then, Jared Waite used to always come in for 3 or 4 weeks, go out with a hamstring. We had quite a few of them back in the day. And yeah, I think being on this side of the fence, it's hard to know the full picture of what makes up the role. I'm curious though, do we hire a high performance manager, or do we break it up into a strength and conditioning coach, specifically just for strength and conditioning, and then someone else for something else? I don't know the mechanics of the role and exactly what it entailed, but obviously it was more than just, the bodies and injury management. So that's the interesting part. And the other one for me is, I guess, the football department. Does this mean someone like Brad Lloyd's position is being reviewed as well? Because ultimately this is his department. Has something gone wrong behind the scenes for there to be an announcement like this? I don't know. Maybe it's because of the frustration of where we are right now, and I'm just frustrated at everything, and there's concerns all around. Or maybe there's something to it. I guess the more time goes on, the more we'll figure out. I'm pretty happy to know that there's closure now. Like, we know for certain that we're not going to be having high performance strength and conditioning conversations after this year. But I would like to think that this won't be a negative impact on the group for the rest of this season. The concern to me is that it might be, and the fear is that it might be, and the hope that is it's not. So, yeah. What about you? What do you think about this news? It's been a topic of discussion for many years, as I've said earlier, but what was your reaction to the news? And do you take any curiosity out of it being announced now as opposed to at the end of the season? Or is it just a coincidence? Or is it a moot point? Is it a non-factor? Is it just happened to be announced right now? Share with us in the comments below. We'll go from there. Go Blues.